Welcome to the Impact of Reality. Where we tackle the tough topics of relationships and relational values. I'm your host, L.K. Harris. Welcome to the Impact of Reality. I'm your host, L.K. Harris. Today we have with us Ms. Patricia Paige from the American Cancer Society. So when we come back, we're going to have an in-depth conversation with Ms. Paige about relationships and cancer. See you in a few.
Hi, I'm Margot. Join us on the Impact of Reality, Saturdays at 12 noon on WRIC Channel 8, where we will tackle the tough topics of relationships and relational values. So join us. We'll see you then.
So come see us at Murray Automotive, 1731 Dolphin Court, Powhatan, Virginia, 2.5 miles west of 288 and Route 60.
My name is Al Williams. For 22 years, Al's Fashion has been helping people in Richmond look good. We would like to invite you to come check our store out. We have the latest selection of slim fit suits, double-breasted suits, and zoot suits. We also have shoes and hats to match. And we also sell the largest selection of NFL t-shirts. We're located at the Regency Square Mall. Our phone number is 804-754-1392. I want you to come check us out.
And we're back. Ms. Paige.
Hi, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Well, first of all, who is Ms. Paige? Who are you? What do you represent?
I represent hope.
Okay.
I have a wreath that says, I am hope. I am a cancer survivor. I'm a daughter, a sister of two. I have two sisters. I'm a co-parent. I have two stepchildren, so I don't use the word step, so I'm a co-parent of those two. A wife. Not a motorcyclist. I am a biker.
Oh, a biker. We got a biker in the house.
I'm a biker, a Harley biker.
Uh-oh. Not the big one. You don't ride the big one.
I ride the biggest one I could get.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared of those things. I tell you, I don't. Bicycle, I can do that. The engine, can't do that thing.
Wow. Well, they do have scooters.
They got. Now I might be able to do that. Yeah, I can do. You had the ones with the little baskets on the side. I can get in and ride with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that. See, the 3-wheel. See, any of those, I'm good.
Okay.
So you won't catch me on the bike. That's for sure. So, that's for sure. So, tell me, how long have you been actually working with the American Cancer Society?
I've been with the American Cancer Society now for 7 years.
Wow.
I started off with Relay for Life, which is one of their biggest fundraisers that they have in different localities all over the world, not just the United States. And so I started off as a volunteer, and then I became the chairperson. So I chaired Relay in New Kent County for 3 years. And then I started work on the closets at the main office. So I volunteered there when Relay wasn't going on.
Now, what's the closets? What? Okay, you have to tell me what that is, because I'm.
At the American Cancer Society, at their corporate office, they have closets, and the closets store all of the products that they use for their fundraisers.
Okay.
So they have closets for Relay for Life, and they have closets for making strides against breast cancer. So I started off with Relay for Life, and I guess I'm an organizer because they came by and said, "Can you do my closet?" So I ended up with 4 closets.
Wow.
And then I met the manager for Making Strides, and she said, "Girl, I got problems in my closet." So So I started doing her closet. So I keep them organized. During the year, the staff is so busy raising money and helping the community to raise money and the participants that my theology behind it was that the more time I give them to help raise money, the more money that they can raise so that we can find a cure for cancer.
Awesome.
So I keep it organized so they can come and grab what they need or throw it back in there when they're finished.
Yes, I bet they really depend on you and the things that you're actually doing for them. I'm sure they really appreciate, having someone such as yourself to help them stay organized. American Cancer is an amazing place, and it holds dear to my heart because as we spoke earlier, cancer really runs deep in my family, and I've lost several family members. And I know you're telling me some stories about you. Oh my God! You go ahead. I want to get.
Well, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2007. 2 weeks after my fiance and I broke up. Doing a self-exam, which is very important, and found a lump. And immediately got out the shower, laid on the bed, turned every way I could, felt it every way I could, and said, okay, I got a lump. So I didn't call my doctor, I called the imaging company and just told them, hey, I need to come in for a mammogram. I got a lump. And I did. They did the mammogram, they did the ultrasound, it was cancer.
Wow.
And that started my journey.
So it's very important. As soon as you feel anything that's not normal, you might say, to go and get it checked.
Exactly.
Don't sit on it, right?
Exactly.
So,
There's so many forms of cancer. Some are more aggressive than others. So it's vital. It may be a cyst. It may be just your imagination.
Right.
But go and get it checked. You can never be too sure.
I tell you that cancer thing is, it's something that just, if they ever find a cure to that, I guess the world will celebrate, because that is something that is really, really serious right now, and it actually has been serious for quite some time now. It's, God, I can't even really speak on it without getting or feeling emotional about it. And I won't start tearing up in here. Yeah, I mean, you are a true champion because you fight this fight with it in you. And I guess when we were talking earlier, you were saying that cancer is actually in all of us. You might say it's one of those things that we have to live with, not even knowing that it's there. It just hadn't come up
Exactly.
in us. But like we were saying, it's maybe foods we're eating, or the diets that we're privy to, that stuff we just should not be doing. But then, hey, we don't really even know for sure. So, but it's I don't know. Anyway, we're going to have to take a quick break. But when we come back, we want to talk a little bit more about some preventive things we may be able to share with people. So anyway, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break.
So come see us at Murray Automotive, 1731 Dolphin Court, Palatine, Virginia, 2.5 miles west of 288 and Route 60.
My name is Al Williams. For 22 years, House Fashion has been helping people in Richmond look good. We would like to invite you to come check our store out. We have the latest selection of slim fit suits, double-breasted suits, and zoot suits. We also have shoes and hats to match. And we also sell the largest selection of NFL t-shirts. We're located at the Regency Square Mall. Our phone number is 804-754-1392. I want you to come check us out.
I'm Iris Bowling, executive producer of the Heart TV series. To advertise with this sexy political drama, call 804-476-8554.
Check out the Heart series. I think you will enjoy it.
And we're back. So, Patricia, tell me something. Being that you've been fighting cancer for a couple of years now, how have you been fighting? What have you been doing to make yourself more, I can't say comfortable, because I can't get comfortable with it, but to kind of keep it to the forefront of where you are?
I had a bilateral mastectomy. They removed both of my breasts. So I don't have a mammogram, of course. I have x-ray. So I have a yearly x-ray. I have quarterly visits with my hematology oncologist. New words I learned when you get cancer. So I have a quarterly visit with him. I have whole body bone scans because I am on a maintenance drug. I have to have CT scans. You monitor what you eat.
Right.
More exercise than I really participate in is great. You rest. Try to reduce as much stress as you can.
Right.
And God healed me, so I believe that. And I stand by that.
Amen.
So, with that being said, you just live your life. God healed me. And so every morning I wake up, I thank Him for that, and I live just like I'm healed. Like I will never have cancer again.
Amen. Amen.
And when I meet anybody that says, I just found out I have cancer, I say, but God.
Amen.
And you have to not be weary. You have to be brave enough to say, hey, I found something. Mm-hmm. Examine yourself. Nobody can examine you like you can examine you.
Right.
No. Well, maybe your spouse could, but examine yourself regularly. It's very inexpensive. Mm-hmm. When you feel something, don't hesitate, but go in and just research it.
Right.
If you have a mammogram and they call you back, go. Don't not go. They want you to come back because they want to know if this is what it is.
Right.
So go. Preventive, early detection is the greatest prevention. I truly believe that.
So just get up and go, because as soon as you find out, that's as soon as they can start working with you.
And not only that, peace of mind.
Amen.
Because now with the equipment that they have, then they don't. At one time, you only saw it had to be a certain size. But now, the radiologists that are doing all exams, then they're taking a more careful look. Mm-hmm. And so they want to be sure. And if they want to be sure about you, then take care of your body and you be sure.
Right.
There's no need to stay at home having sleepless nights when all you got to do is just go and find out it is or it isn't. Right. And if you hear the news that you have it, then just get ready to fight.
Right, amen, amen. And that's the whole thing, getting ready and not letting yourself go into a depression and thinking that's the end, because it's not. And the reason I speak to that is because, again, my mother has been fighting it now for, I guess, 7 years. And every day it's a blessing, it's a gift. My mother and my grandmother caught it at the same time. They were both in the hospital in separate rooms at the same time. And we would go see my mother, we go see my grandmother, we went back up the hall to see my mother. So, but, just keep, and my grandmother at 91 fought it for 2 years.
Wow.
She didn't pass till she was 93. Mm-hmm. She fought it at 91 years old, she fought. So it is a fight, but you have to be a willing participant in that fight. You
have to be a willing participant, and I have 2 sisters. Mm-hmm. If they had cancer, they probably wouldn't tell anybody outside of the family. I told everybody. I wanted everybody to pray. I wanted everybody to support. You know, I have cancer. I didn't do anything to have it.
Right.
I didn't take anything to have it. I had cancer, and all I wanted to do was get it out of my body. And I realized going through my battle, I had chemotherapy, and I had at that time what they call hard chemotherapy. So 2 weeks, a month, my mom and dad had to take care of me.
Wow.
And I couldn't have made it without them. I could not have made it without my family.
Amen. That's important. That's important. Yeah, I remember those days. I used to go to my mother's house, and she'd be laying in bed, and she's so weak, and she has the food sitting right in front of her. You need to get up and eat that. You need to eat. And she would. I go and lay down at her feet, and just kind of just lay there. Those humbling moments, you know. And again, she's still fighting it. She's still fighting it. And that's the one thing that keeps you going, in my opinion, to have that support. That we tell people, and they understand. It's not them that have it, but it's someone they care about. And if you're going to care, if you really care for that person, then you're going to help that person fight.
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the main things. And again, I don't have it, so I can't say I feel what you feel. I don't. But because of my family members that has been involved in it, and I've been around them, and you know, my oldest brother was more like a father to me. It was, you know, so I understand. But yeah, unfortunately, we got to take another break.
Okay.
So we'll be right back.
So come see us at Murray Automotive, 1731 Dolphin Court, Powhatan, Virginia, 2.5 miles west of 288 and Route 60.
Welcome to the Impact of Reality. I'm your host, LK Harris. Join us right here every Saturday at 12 noon on WRIC TV, Channel 8. See you there.
Check out the Famous Brown TV show every Saturday night at 2 a.m. and Monday mornings at 5 a.m. with your host, Preston Brown. It's exciting, it's fun, it's informative. It's the Famous Brown TV show on CW Richmond 65.
And we're back. So, this cancer thing, and forgive me for saying it that way, this cancer thing, because I know I would be feeling some type of way about it if somebody said something to me and I had. Yeah, so forgive me for saying it that way. I apologize. It's a very serious thing.
I have people that ask me, how can I smile when I talk about it? I can smile about it because I've been through it. I can smile about it because if you came to me and said you had cancer, if I thought about what I went through, I could cry about it. But I'm hope, so I have to smile so that you know that the end can be just like me.
That's right.
When I was going through my battle, my parents are older, of course, and I would hear my mom on the phone, and sometimes I would hear her say, she's been asleep all day. I was just so weak I couldn't tell I was awake.
Oh, wow.
And my dad, he would come, and he would always say, if you need anything, ask your mom. And he would come to the foot of the stairs. We had 3 stairs. And he said, if you need anything, ask your mom. And he would say, how are you doing today? And the first time he said it, I said, I'm not doing good. And he said, oh. And I asked God to give me something to give my family hope. So the next day he said, how are you doing? I said, tomorrow will be a better day.
Amen.
Tomorrow will be a better day. And so you need the support of your family. They said it takes a village to raise a child. When you have cancer, It affects everybody in the community. It affects your family. It affects so many people. There are people that want to be with you, and there are people that will shy away from you. So I had the opportunity to go through and clear up my contact list. For 8 months, I hadn't heard from you. And
Right.
I just like, where is this person? Where is this person I rode motorcycle with every weekend? And I had two bestest friends. I have two play brothers, LJ that's gone home to be with the Lord, and Chaz Crenshaw. And they would call and check on me every day.
That's
Every day
awesome.
they give me
That's
a call.
awesome.
And my two sisters, they would call. I would hear them sometimes call my mom and say, "Does she need anything? Is she eating popsicles today? Is she drinking juice today?" It just took everybody. It took cards. I still, from 2007, I still have all of my Get Well cards.
All right. Okay.
And
okay.
sometimes you just read back through them and say, I never thought I would have gone through it. And when I had my first treatment, I thought I was cool. I came home and I was like, it's nothing to this chemo thing. And 3 hours later, I was calling for my mom and dad to come get me. I was like, I'm sick, come get me. And it just happened that soon. I lost all my hair, everywhere, eyelashes, all my hair. And the nurses kept saying, you're gonna lose your hair. And that was the least important thing to me in the world. And I was like, it'll come back, it's only hair.
Right.
And so now I love it short. So I just keep it that way. But it is truly, I can't tell you it's not a struggle. It is a struggle. It's not something that you don't think about. I feel apprehension before every exam, every visit.
Right.
But I'm encouraged by the new drugs. I'm encouraged by women that have cancer and have surgery, or they may have chemo, and some of them go to work.
Right.
You don't even know they're on chemo. So I'm encouraged by the advancements that have been made in the research. But we still have to fight.
Right.
We still have to fight.
Yes, and the American Cancer Society, the organization, they're really at the forefront of this.
The American Cancer Society donates more money for research than any other organization.
Right.
They have so many programs and services, not only for breast cancer patients, but for all cancer patients. And I am a advocate for the American Cancer Society because I called them at 2:30 in the morning, and they said, just call and you'll hear a voice. And this woman answered like, it was the middle of the day. She answered my questions. If she didn't have answers, she said, I'll call you back. The next day, she called back.
Wow. You see, that's what I'm talking. Service. Service, and that's what I'm talking about.
My dad said, your word is your bond.
That's amen.
And so
And it
when
is.
you're going through anything, but especially when you're going through cancer, you've never been through it before, you may not even talk to anyone that had gone through it. And they have services that have volunteers to come out and talk to you.
Wow. Wow. Well, let me ask you this. Just for people out there now that's just learning, they have cancer. What advice would you give them?
Nutrition. If you never monitor what you ate or drank, then it's a great time to start. Faith, whatever your belief is. Support. And don't beat yourself up. You didn't do anything to get cancer. You know,
That's right.
It is not your fault. It is not your fault. And you have to get the guilt of what have I done? How is it going to be? You know, people are going to accept you one way or another.
Right.
That's whether you have cancer or not.
Right.
So you have to focus on your fight.
Right.
I ended a relationship that ended, and not until I finished the fight did I realize it was the best thing to do, because I had the concern of my family and how they were going to be.
Right.
And I can imagine having a significant other and have to have that concern on top of that.
Right.
So you have to focus on yourself, be selfish, and fight.
Amen. So y'all heard that. Be selfish and fight, because it's not the end. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We at Planters Harvest want you to meet the movers, the shakers, the ones that won't take no for an answer. Meet the drum beaters, the dream keepers, the true believers, the life shapers, the risk takers. We all have dreams, a place where the sun shines on everything we do, where the world recognizes who we are. Let us at Planters Harvest Incorporated show the world what your dreams truly looks like. Let us put your dreams on display.
I'm Margot. Join us on the Impact of Reality, Saturdays at 12 noon on WRIC, Channel 8, where we will tackle the tough topics of relationships and relational values. So join us. We'll see you then.
We're back. Patricia, I'd like to thank you for joining me on the Impact of Reality. You really brought some reality to us today, and I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to thank the American Cancer Society for sending you. You've been a blessing.
Thank you.
Remember, cancer is tough, very tough, and it's a fight. But the relationships you have around you, your family, your friends, make them a part of your fight. Don't turn away from them, turn towards them. And it's always good to pray. So until next week, I'm L.K. Harris, your host. Take care. See you then.
Sponsored in part by Murray's Automotive and Al's Fashions.